Julie. I'll be your social worker.
My name's Maria Flores. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thanks for coming in. You can just go ahead and have a seat
Oh,
over there.
thank you.
Okay, so well, before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few confidentiality forms with you. And basically this form states that everything that we go over stays between me and you, and nothing that's talked about will leave this room.
Okay,
that
great.
is unless you say you're going to inflict pain on yourself or another person.
Okay.
So if you just want to read over that and then sign here at the bottom, and
Yeah.
we can get started.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so you're coming in to our agency today. We complain of having family problems. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear about that. That's never fun to deal with.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Tell me a little bit about your family background.
Well, I've been married for 12 years now. I immigrated to the U.S. 8 years ago, so we've been here for a while. I have 2 children, a boy and a girl, 11 and 9 years old, and their names are Carlos and Lily.
And they're 11 and 9 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Where do you work, and where does your husband work currently?
My husband's been a machine worker for the past 5 years, and before he was recently laid off, which has been really hard on us, and now he works as a day laborer, but it's just not been the same since he's been laid off.
Sorry to hear about that. And where do you work?
I work for a maid service about 35 to 40 minutes away.
Okay. Sounds good. So what are some of the problems at home?
My husband's been drinking a lot more lately, and we've been fighting because of his drinking. He doesn't think it's because of his drinking, and he doesn't think it's a problem because he only drinks on the weekends and feels like he deserves it from working so much, but I caught him lying about the amount that he's been drinking.
Okay. And when you say he's been drinking a lot more, can you expand on that just a little bit?
He hasn't been drinking more often, but it's more the amount that he's been drinking, so more of the alcohol.
Yeah. And when did you notice an increase in your husband's drinking?
Over the last few months, around the time that he lost his job and then he was laid off.
And is his drinking the only thing you guys fight about?
Mainly yes, but we have had money problems and also parenting issues.
Okay. So with the parenting, what are some of the differences between your styles?
He's a very laid-back parent, and I'd call myself more of a strict parent.
Okay. I can see that would cause a little bit of conflict.
Yeah.
So how often do you see him drinking, and what does he typically drink, and where does he drink?
Mainly see him drinking whiskey mixed with Coke on the weekends at home, but as you suspect, he's been sneaking off to bars instead of working late like he says.
Okay. And is he ever violent in any way while drinking? And who is that anger directed towards?
Yes, usually just verbally abusive when we fight, but he has gotten worse and close to being physically abusive by pushing. The fear of abuse is getting worse.
Okay. So what are some of the other concerns you have because of your husband's drinking?
I'm worried about the amount of money he's spending on alcohol. Money is tight, and alcohol is not something that we have money to just splurge on. I don't have access to the bank account, so I'm not sure what he's making, and I don't know what he's spending on alcohol, and that's really concerning to me. I'm worried that his problem with drinking is changing who he is as a person because he used to be a better husband. I'm worried that he's going to get in trouble with drinking and driving and lose his license, which would be bad for the whole family because I don't have a license. He's the only one that can drive.
Okay, I understand that. So are the children ever around while your husband is drinking?
He doesn't like to drink in front of the children, but he's around them while he's been drunk. Children are so little, they don't realize. But the one that's going on 11, she's starting to ask questions about her father's behavior. And as a mother, I don't want my kids seeing that.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I'm just going to write a couple of these down.
Yeah, please do.
So how is your relationship with your children?
I have a great relationship with my children. I'm proud of how well they are doing in school and how well behaved they are also at home. I'm worried that having an alcoholic father will bring negative consequences to them as they get older.
Definitely. And how is your husband's relationship with the children?
He loves the children.
Oh, good.
As much as he's drinking, in no way would he ever want to negatively affect our kids. I do know that.
Okay. Well, that's one positive aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Then. Okay, so then have you been able to make many friends while you've been here?
Well, I have some friends that I work with, but I don't have much free time or money to spend outside of work, so it's been kind of hard.
Okay, so really you're only around them at work then, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do to relax?
Well, I really enjoy checking out books from the library. I love cooking for my family. I've been volunteering at the Humane Society, and that shows my love for animals that I really do have.
Oh, cool. Okay, so what would you like to see done in order to improve yourself and your situation at home for your family?
I think my biggest want is just to get my husband some help for his drinking and get that under control.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, were there any others you had?
I would like the four of them to start doing more things together instead of just me with the kids. I want him to be involved with that too.
So I will use these things to come up with a list of short-term and long-term goals, which we will go over again next week. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, that would be very helpful, and honestly, just talking through everything with you has been such a help already.
Okay, well that sounds good. It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
See you next week. Shoot.